Welcome, Vice Admiral Hampiholi, sir. My first question to you is, what are the kind of activities that are being planned from the Indian Navy side, and where all this is being planned?
Thanks a lot, Ashish. Ashish, these are extraordinary times,
Yes.
which require a collective thank-giving. You would be aware that the Indian Navy, along with the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force, have joined their hands together
Yes.
to salute the Corona warriors of the nation.
Yes, sir.
As I speak, insofar as the Navy is concerned, we have ships which have shown their solidarity both at sea and those which are presently in harbour. When I mean harbour, we have almost 25 ships in about 9 ports,
25, okay.
6 of them on the mainland, and 3 of these ports in the Andaman and Nicobar Command.
Okay.
All these 25 ships belong to the various commands, that is the Western Naval Command, the Eastern Naval Command, the Southern Naval Command, as also the Andaman and Nicobar Command. We have almost about 15 aircraft, both rotary wing and fixed wing aircraft, who have expressed their solidarity for the cause of the Corona warriors. At various designated places, we have had the station commanders of naval stations
Okay.
who have gone across to the designated hospitals once again to express their thanks to the health workers at these hospitals. We have had our naval personnel who have formed a human chain at Goa, that is in INS Hansa,
Yes.
as also on board Vikramaditya, which incidentally is also at Anchorage, to portray this message that India salutes the Corona warriors. You would also be aware that this morning we partook in the tri-service tribute at the
Yes.
Police Memorial at New Delhi.
Certainly, we did witness that, Admiral Hampiholi. When we talk about the number of platforms, you mentioned there are more than 2 dozens from the Navy side, and there are multiple aircraft as well that are being used. Help us understand in terms of the total number of men, how many men and women in uniform from Navy side are participating. Also, this tradition of the illuminating all the ships simultaneously. This is a special gesture by the Indian Navy to salute the Corona warriors, to thank them as all 3 services are doing. Help our viewers understand what's the tradition behind it, what's the thought and the feeling behind it.
All these people who are actually manning these proud instruments of war, the aircraft and the ships, have actually been involved in expressing this solidarity. I can't really place a finger on the numbers,
Okay.
but essentially it will be in maybe about 2,000 or so plus. They are basically the people who are manning the ships.
That's a
and the
big
aircraft.
number, yeah.
Insofar as illumination is concerned, you see, traditionally we have been illuminating ships on various ceremonial occasions
Yes.
and national days, such as, say, the Republic Day, the Independence Day, the Navy Day, the Indian Maritime Day, and even the Coast Guard Day.
Yes.
We have been illuminating ships during the President's Fleet Review, during the International Fleet Review, and such the like.
Yes.
Essentially, this tradition stems from the fact that these ships are fortresses which are actually visible at a distance from the shore, with the ships at anchorage.
Yes.
And it also stems from the fact that our own national buildings and historical places are illuminated on important occasions like the Republic Day and the Independence Day.
Yes.
There is a little bit of linkage insofar as illumination of ships and dressing of ships is concerned. It's a Royal Naval tradition of dressing ships,
Okay.
where we display flags and pennants across the ship, from the forepart of the ship to the aft part, And in a manner, since these are not seen at night, with the generation of electrical power on board ships, lights were strung across the ship's silhouette to define its looks from a distance, and that's how the tradition has come to fall.
What a way, Admiral Hampiholi, to salute the Corona warriors. When you look at the uniform, like for example, we now on a single frame, we have 3 uniform: Army, Navy, Air Force. But you think from a common man's point of view, we salute the uniform, and we generally see right from the government point of view, from media, from every other institution of this country, we see military as the highest in terms of the regards, in terms of the discipline, in terms of the capability, and obviously the last resort for any kind of pandemic or war against a virus or against an adversary. But this is the kind of respect that military commands as far as the civilians, as far as the common man are concerned. But this is a rare day today when you have the military saluting, thanking the Corona warriors, which are primarily the civilians, some journalists, the doctors, the nurses, the policemen, the health workers. Your thoughts on that? I'm sure this is not something that you would have ever experienced. Generally, you would have received salute from civilians, but now the military on a special day, in a special way, saluting and thanking the Corona warriors.
Thank you, Ashish. You see, this aspect of security is something that I would like to clarify.
Okay.
There are many dimensions to security.
Yes.
Besides military security, it pertains to economic well-being or economic security, social security,
Yes.
environment security, food security, health security, and the like. In all these dimensions, you have different people playing a very important role to keep the wheels of our nation churning. Specifically with respect to the corona pandemic and aspects pertaining to health security, we have had at the forefront health officials, health workers, that is doctors, nurses, etc. in our hospitals. We have had sanitation workers and municipal workers,
Yes.
who kept the essential services of various cities and various places going. We have had small shop owners and shopkeepers,
Yes.
who kept the fires burning at various homes, big or small. We even had reports of a small group of students who volunteered in various housing societies to
Yes.
help the infirm and the old on a voluntary basis. To all of them, I think they deserve a salute.
They do, sir,
And
certainly.
it is indeed with this line of thought that the three services have joined together to pay tribute and salute the Corona warriors.
Well, certainly, sir, they do deserve a salute, and there can't be a better salute, a higher respect coming from the military services, the Army, Navy, Air Force, all three of them. As I mentioned that we look up to them. Every civil institution looks up to the three armed forces, and this must be a special day for all the frontline Corona warriors when they are receiving salute, when they are receiving thanking messages from the Army, Navy, Air Force in their respective domains, from Army playing bands to the Army doctors doing their service, also the Navy with their aerial assets, with their maritime assets, and also obviously the Air Force has been doing multiple flypasts and the right from transport to the other aerial asset. Thank you so much, Vice Admiral Hampiholi, for speaking to us and helping us understand from what's being done from the Navy side.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.